Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Look at this. The way these Tamiyas are wired up. They're in series, okay? So that's positive output to the positive input, negative out of that first LED to the positive in on the second LED, negative out on the second LED to this. I just wired up my 3-volt LEDs, these little 3mm red guys. And first I thought I screwed up because I built a harness just like this and they did not light up. And then I built the second one and I didn't even heat shrink it. I was just like, I'm not wasting any more heat shrink. And I tested it with a button cell, 3-volt, and it didn't light up. And then I tested it with 2 button cells smashed together to make 6 volts, and it lit right up. So clearly, Tamiya are using 1.5 volt LEDs on their proprietary harnesses. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to wire our 2 LEDs per circuit in parallel. It's a little more wire, it's a little messier, but whatever. That's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. So yeah, this is going to take a little longer. I'll be back. Boom! Okay, wired in parallel. They work perfectly. Okay, so we gotta wire these in parallel. There we go, nice. So we're gonna have 5 parallel sets of LEDs coming off of this TLU01. It's designed for a maximum of 8 channels of probably 2 LEDs each, wired in series. Whatever. It'll be fine. It will be fine. There's tolerances built into everything. But yeah, I was so frustrating. Why couldn't it just work when I did it the first time? So annoying. Okay, well, oh boy, a lot more LEDs to wire. So we'll be back. We might need to go get more beer. I don't think I have enough beer for all these LEDs. That's the biggest problem we have right now. But be back. Hey, bazinga! We have our headlights and our taillights, 3mm warm white and 3mm red, wired up and hooked into the TLU, and they're working beautifully. Now we need to... Oh, I do need the 5mm LEDs because they'll fit in for the front turn signals, running lights. Yeah, turn signals, running light. Yeah, they'll just be on, so they'll just be running lights. I don't have a TLU02 to control this sucker with. Extra expense, we're not doing. We're building this Humvee on a budget. You know, we got the body shell really cheap. We got the base kit with that ugly Lancer rally body really cheap. We have a spare radio floating around. That's no extra money. We had some bits and pieces that we used to upgrade the body. Super cheap. Paint, weathering supplies, always have those. LEDs were pretty cheap. And the TLU01 was included in that low-budget TA01 based rally kit. So I have orange, that's orange LEDs, and I have orange that's orange clear LEDs. Basically, I'll see which one I like better, and that's what we'll be using for the front orange running / turn signal lights. Alright, be back. Okay, we've got headlights, taillights, and front turn signal marker lights. There we go. Okay, this is just very slow going. You know, we're making nice harnesses, we're shrink wrapping things. Shrink wrapping, shrink wrapping, shrink wrapping. Heat shrinking. My light unit's making a weird... Here, can you hear this? It's making a weird little kind of hissy noise. I think I'm gonna do a burn-in test, and I'm just gonna let this thing run. Because if I need to wire these individually, I don't have enough ports for that. But I do. It could double up some, I guess. Either way, we've got this much done. The boy dog Rocket, he's going nuts upstairs. I think I got to go upstairs and I don't know. The wife is away at another dog's birthday party. I don't know why she didn't bring him. He's a troublemaker. Yeah, he is trouble. Okay, we'll be back with more LEDs. We do have the back of our light housings chromed out with a Molotow chrome pen. And we have, whoop, pretty daisy, we have paint drying, clear orange. I added a little more on the reflectors, but we have clear red in the back, a little more in that reflector. We did the other side. Those are drying. We are making much progress on the lighting. So I'll be back. Yay! We're finally done soldering. We've got our 0603 SMD little tiny baby LEDs. We use these for stuffing into really tight nooks and crannies on our tanks normally. So we got our ambers for the front, and we've got our reds for the rear side marker lights. I know that the LEDs get washed out in video. It's kind of a shame. It's sort of annoying. Happens to every builder. We all make the same omission. Sorry, the camera washes things out a bit. I am basically out of my skinniest size of shrink wrap tubing. I need to order more. I never use the big stuff. I don't know why I bought this variety pack. Whatever. Okay, so all the LEDs are wired. I'm waiting on the final coat of paint to dry on the side, the driver's side markers and reflectors. And this is lit AF. There we go. Let's let's do this trick here. There we go. Let's see here. What do we got? We got the remote. We've got the Lutron radio RA2 lights and garage. There we go. Yeah. Well, let's turn off this overhead. Woo! Cool. All right. Awesome. Awesomeness. Ian loves LEDs. You know this. I've got quite a few. We turn the lights back on. Didn't want to scare the dog. And that's it for now. We'll be back. This is not the end of the episode. This is the completion of the model, and there will be a test drive in the evening so you can see all the lights in their glory. All right? All right. BRB. Fortunate Son music intensifying. Okay. We've got our headlight lenses pushed into place. They were basically a press fit, and then I just did a little dab of crazy glue on the back. If you're doing crazy glue near clear plastic, it shouldn't have to be said, but I'm saying it, give them plenty of time to air dry. Hit it with the kicker and leave it just open air. If you lock in crazy glue in like a sealed up sort of ish environment, it'll white haze your plastic, and it is the haze of death, and it's basically impossible to get rid of. So we got our clear orange front corner turn driving light signal, whatever, marker. We got our itty bitty little guys on the side here. We got our reflectors painted up. Very nice. This one, it's a little bodge there, but nothing's perfect on this channel. Perfect from far from perfect. So it's time to start putting the lights in, and for that we use our friend Mr. Hot Snot Gun. Hello guys, I'm gonna burn you with something new. Yeah, like we didn't burn ourselves with a soldering iron, so I'm due. I've yet to be burned by the hot glue gun down here. So not that I'm trying to, even though it may seem like it sometimes, but the level of buffoonery down here. Yeah, so we're gonna get these little micro, you can't even see it, the little micro tiny SMD LEDs glued in for the side markers. We'll get those hot snotted in and route the wires as neatly as possible. And then easy, you just gotta hot glue in the rest of the stuff. I've got the headlight bucket housings drying here. I'm painting the back. I had the chrome paint pen and I sprayed them with some just regular black spray paint, Tamiya. And it didn't react so well, so I hit it on top. I hit it with some little metallic-y Tamiya spray paint I had. I'm going to let that dry, go over that again with black, and then go over it with some clear before we glue the lights in, glue those into the Humvee, and glue the light bulbs in. Okay, seems like a lot of talking for nothing getting done, as usual. Be right back. I'll never get those people that like dripping hot wax on each other during coitus. Ow! Hot glue! Oh, it happened. You son of a bitch, you got me. All right. Now, it wasn't the actual gun that got me. It was me trying to, oh, God, forget it. Pick off the little spiderweb boogers. Ah, here we go. Okay. Hot glue burn. Check! Okay, as you can see, we got a lot of wiring done, a lot of hot gluing. We got our headlight bucket just placed where we want it, and we're gonna stitch it in with a little hot glue. Gotta be a little more careful up here because we got the front engine grills, radiator grills, whatever. We just want enough. If you do the Yankee, it reduces the stringing somewhat. And then we're gonna here we go. Yeah, this is super boring, but you get the idea. That's it. And then we'll put the LEDs in, and that will be our last pair. The headlight LEDs are the last ones going in. Then we just got to tidy up the wiring in here. Want to see how much of a hot mess we got. Yeah, a lot of wires. A lot of wires. Trying to keep neat is not easy. But there we go. I've only burned myself a couple minor times. Nothing requiring ice, at least. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, we'll be back with more hot glue and LED goodness. All right, BRB. All right, all the wiring's done. Now we just got to mount the TLU 01. I used a few pieces of just, white styrene to build that area up because it's not even. And we got a double-sided tape, and we're just gonna nestle this. There we go. There we are. Nestle this sucker right there. That's a good spot for it. And connect all our lighting, do a final test, and then we have to, let's zoom back out here a little bit. And then we have to light block around all of our many bulbs. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, look at that. We got lights. So I sprayed the inside of all the light fixtures with XF1 flat black, I believe. Yeah, flat black. For the areas where it didn't block all the light, this stuff, Tulip Slick Dimensional Fabric Paint Black. I saw this from the Star Trek builders, a couple of the more prominent builders of the Polar Lights 1/350th scale Enterprise. This is amazing for light blocking. It's a thick, goopy, gluey fabric paint. And you could just put it wherever you need it to totally block the light. And that's working fantastically well. All our wiring's done. We're all organized and zip-tied and taped down as neatly as I'm capable of doing, apparently. And we just got to let this paint dry, and then we'll get her mounted on the body. On the frame. And speaking of which, yeah, that paint was a little too good. So I washed it with a big smearing of streak and grime, and then I used some light sienna, not desert dust. I used some light sienna because suspensions get a little nastier. So we did the front and the back where you're going to actually see it when the body's mounted. So that's going to look a little more realistic. And that's that. We'll be back with the completed finished product and the end of this build. Whew, finally. All right, BRB. Well, look at this. Very nice. Very nice. Oop, hair trigger on the RC system. Oh, it looks good.
Yeah, that came out pretty well. Definitely came out pretty well. Oh, it'd be so cool if I had a full option like sound package in here with a diesel engine noise. Oh yeah. Well, there we go, people. She's all done. And she's looking mighty good. And luckily the dirt in my backyard is nice and sandy. So the tires look... Hey! Oh, getting stuck on some roots. Yeah, it looks pretty damn good. Alright, adios everybody. Thanks for watching. See you on the next build.